Hi, third graders. We're going to get started on another new project today, and we're going to be making something that is kind of a Halloween type project, but kind of not. It's called Spooky Eyeballs. And the reason I say it's not really a Halloween project is because we can make spooky eyeballs anytime. And the other reason is because by the time you watch this video, it could be before Halloween or it could be after Halloween. I'm not sure, but I want you all to have the chance to do the project. So we're going to have it be kind of a Halloween, kind of not a Halloween project. Okay? So we are going to be working with lots of lines. We're going to be working with shapes, and we're going to be working with value for this project. So you all know what lines are, you all know what shapes are. Value is kind of a refresher on what we've learned in the past. Value is when you take a dark color and mix it with a light color, and then you keep mixing and it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. For example, if I took black and added a little white to it, it would turn to a dark gray. If I added a little bit more white, it would get lighter and lighter and lighter until eventually I get all the way to white. Okay? So we will be using those three elements of design for the project that we are working on today. All right, so we are going to be working on the drawing portion of our spooky eyes today. We won't do any of the coloring, but I do want you to get to a point where you are ready to color next time. So what I'm gonna do, and what I've done ahead of time, is get some different size circles. We need a big, a medium, and a small circle to make the different parts of the eye. So I found a plate that fits onto my paper just about perfectly. And I'm going to trace that, set that off to the side. Then I found a bowl that fits within that, and I want to center it the best that I can, about like that. Trace the bowl. And then I have a cup, and I'm going to trace the cup. I think I want the smaller circle, but again, I have to try to center it, and then trace the cup. So it looks like this. Now, this little circle is going to be my pupil, which means it's going to be black, but I want to put a highlight in it, so it's like there's a light shining on it. So you kind of decide what that looks like. I'm gonna make mine look like this, and then I'm gonna have a smaller shape just like that, pretty much like that. Okay, so that eventually will be white and white. This is going to be black. This is going to be where the colored part of the eye is, and then this is the white of the eye. Okay, so in the colored part of the eye, you want to make a bunch of lines that are going out towards the outside, like this. But you want to make sure that they're going straight out, not like, we don't want these ones going sideways like this. Okay? And some of them are longer than others, some of them are shorter than others. But you do that all the way around your eye, like this. And if you get any inside this part, just erase them. And then you're going to do the exact same thing around the outside edge of that middle ring or middle circle. And again, some of them are taller than others. Some of them might go all the way to the center, like that. And you would go all the way around here. Now, on the outside, in the part that's going to be the white of your eye, you're going to make some blood vessels. So sometimes if you're really tired, or sometimes if you get like an infection in your eye, or if you're sick, you get little red lines like this in your eyes. And that's what we're making, are those little red lines. And some of them are going like down towards the center of the eye. Some of them are going out towards the outside part of the eye, okay? They're almost like little trees that don't have leaves on them. And you would do this all the way around the outside part of the eye. Now, when you're done with that, what you are going to do is use your skinny Sharpie. You have to use your skinny Sharpie for this part. And you're going to trace everything that you have drawn. I don't want you to color in the black part of your eye yet. You'll trace that little highlight, but don't color. Remember, I said this is black. Don't color that yet. But you're going to come in with your Sharpie and trace those lines the best you can. I'm not like taking my time so that I'm staying right on those lines. The main thing is that you just get them in there, okay? So it doesn't have to be right on those lines, but we do want those lines going in the right direction, and we want there to be a lot of them. And we want them to go touch that center part of the eye. Like this. Okay. Now, if it seems like there are some areas where I need it darker, I'll just go back in and put some more. And then I'm going to do the same thing out here. Like this. Now, if I get into the center of the eye a little bit with my Sharpie, that's not a big deal. You really don't want that to happen out here though, because you have to remember that this part is going to be white. So just be a little bit careful not to go past that ring. Okay, so it looks like this. And again, you'd go all the way around the whole circle. And then the last step, I shouldn't say that, that's not the last step. You're going to trace these, which eventually we'll put red over also. Actually, take that back. I'm going to say don't trace those because we need to figure out if we're going to be back in school or not. If we're back in school, I'll have you trace them. If we're not, I won't have you trace them because we'll use different supplies if we are in school than if we aren't. Okay? So don't trace those like I did. Everything else you're going to trace those. So all three of the circles. Whoop, I didn't stay on the lines there very good. Might have to make that a little bit. Oh my goodness. I keep messing up there. Okay, and you'd go all the way around. So that's what we're working on today, and I want you to try to get this part done for next time. If you don't, we'll have a little bit of work time, but for now, this is how far I want you to get. Okay? If you have any questions, please let me know.